We're going to make morning glories, and they have heart-shaped leaves. I'd like to make a white one, and to make it look white, the background actually makes it look white. I'm not going to use white paint. Morning glories also, you can also make them purple, but notice the star shape. That's what's going to get us started on this. So the star shape is the kind of star that you make when you first learn how to make a star. And from there, that gives you a guide. So you can just draw straight out from each one. When you draw straight out, you're picturing that the other side goes to that little point. So you want that. And then you're making sort of a triangle shape. I'm using water-soluble pencils, and you can use water-soluble anything. You can use paint, you can use anything. So I'm just making the points, and then I'll have this nice 5-pointed star where each of the legs of the star is rather long and skinny. It all started with that little star in the middle. Now all of this white will disappear when I add water to this. But let's continue making this. So I'm then going to make one little line in between each of those star legs and then connect it. So sometimes it dips on the on the morning glory. Sometimes it dips down, and sometimes it's more straight across. So either way, you will be all right. So if it dips just a tad, it'll be okay. If it's slightly rounded, it'll be okay, because as the flower turns and it's kind of a ruffle, and so it's just going to do that. So just like on this one, I made the big heart-shaped leaf, and I just kind of made concentric lines to create the leaf, and then I put water on top of it. So I can add that heart-shaped leaf anywhere. They're rather large compared to the flower. The flower is sort of smaller than the palm of your hand. And if I were going to make the concentric, I would do that, and I would of course eventually fill it in. And a fun thing to do in the background is just kind of some marks, just random scribbly marks, because that's what's going to help make the flower look white. So I have a variety of greens. I can get the different greens in here too if I want to. But I'd like to show you how purple or dark blue will help make green darker. So that's a nice, tip for mixing. Get a little bit of that in the background. And you can get any kind of blue in there. So then I'm going to use the water-soluble brush where water comes out, and I always, try and test it, see if there's any water that's colored on there. And then the water will help smooth the color and get rid of any of those white marks. So I go all the way around. A conventional brush also works. So if I were to use just a regular brush and dip it in water, that would work as well. Again, test it out. It looks like it has a little green on it, so I'll just move to the outside for a minute. Use that green that's on there. And this can be spread out any which way for the background. And it will look like a beautiful watercolor effect of just watery You can do as little or as much as you want. On this one, I kind of went all over. And then I added water a little bit to the inside. And of course I did the entire leaf. And you can do more than one leaf. But when I did this part, I just let it melt. Just brought it in and just work your way around. And then you might want to leave some of them white. But having that little bit of purple melted in there helps it to look like, you know, because helps it, gives it dimension with light and shadow, because these petals that are kind of connected, they're kind of like folded paper, and so some are more are convex and some are concave. So have fun painting.